It's Ketchup Packets.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
And this is Ketchup Packets. Today we are going to watch more of The Expanse. We are on Season 5, Episode 8, called Hard Vacuum. Ugh, that is...
Yeah.
So, vacuum is space, bad, death. Mm-hmm. Naomi jumped through a vacuum last time.
Yeah, she sure did.
To make her
She
daring
seemed
escape.
like she wasn't doing so great.
No, she did not.
She landed, but somehow she made it.
Yeah, we asked for responses in the comments last time about the feasibility of such a jump, of such a feat.
It is.
There was heated debate in our comments.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, but
I saw a little bit of it. I feel like...
I got some flyaway hair going on here, Nick.
Fix that. Oh, I feel like we kind of landed on, like, it is technically possible, but she would also be all
Seems like it's borderline technically possible is what I was getting, is that there are details that we can't know for certain about the scene, and if some of those details are aligned right, this could happen, you know. But there was debate over the speed with which you could jump and how far apart the ships are and all this stuff, and
how much
debates about optics in terms of how far away things look when you're filming them and stuff, because people were, you know, you can make it, no you couldn't, and so it's
also just like
interesting.
How functional would you be afterwards?
I think it was consensus that freezing is not a problem. We were right about that. The problem is your blood boils. It's the bends. It's like going from high pressure to no pressure too quickly. It's scuba divers experience that.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's oxygen in your blood, right? It vaporizes essentially.
The gases are when you lower the pressure, boiling point lowers, and so little bubbles form, and it's described as intensely painful by scuba divers who ascend too fast. It's like supposed to be one of the worst experiences you can go through. So Naomi is not in good shape.
Yeah.
And we had everything with the Zemea blew up all wiggly molecule explosion in a strange way that we didn't understand. And some people were like, go back and watch that scene again closely, you'll know. And other people were like, don't have them go watch it closely. Have them learn when everyone else learns. So something happened that the characters didn't notice, and we're going to find out when they find out, because we didn't notice either.
Good. All right.
So,
so there was something we could have noticed, but we didn't, but we also weren't necessarily expected to.
Yes.
So that's fine. We'll leave it.
And Amos and Clarissa found a house in the Apocalypse Woods, and they're chilling there.
Yeah.
And Amos is like, I need to get back to my crew. I'm getting too evil.
Yep, getting too evil, and we didn't see any of them last episode.
No, they weren't in last episode, but it's where they are, so I'm anticipating that we'll see them again soon, you know?
Seems like they were in kind of an urgent situation, so let's feed that urgency here.
Bobby and Alex also were in, they're nearby as well, right? Their messages were arriving quickly.
Right.
So everybody's in the same vicinity or something. I don't know. I'm excited. Should we get into it?
Yeah, totally.
All right, we're going to watch more Expanse. We got a Patreon down there. Click on that if you feel like it. All right, The Expanse. Somebody leaving the planet?
I'm sure there's a lot of people being like, let's go. Let's get off of here. This is bad. All bad news.
How much farther do you think we have?
Okay.
That sign back there was right. We got about another 40 clicks.
A choice was made to stage this in this way. Whoa!
Saw that coming.
I didn't. Is this from the impact?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
This must be some kind of old people song.
Oh, okay.
I hope this was an act of kindness.
Maybe it was.
I see what she means.
Yeah.
Do you know where we might find a ship? It'd be really hard for us to get there by ourselves.
We're gonna need help then.
A little more detail would be nice.
Well,
what are you talking about? Do we need a motorcycle? We need an airplane? A boat? What do you mean?
They'll hammer out the details later. They're not going to tell the audience.
Yeah. Good point.
You were there at the beginning. And you were supposed to be there at the end.
So now he's going to hold this against Naomi.
Oh, yeah.
So, is there anybody else on this ship to help her?
Yeah, right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wonder what that's about, too. Oh, yeah.
What, the throwing up? Just system overload. Just everything is bad.
It looked like water. I'm just wondering if there's any, scientific reason
Sure,
why.
yeah.
Or just, this sucks. I'm gonna puke now.
Is a bomb on board? Or is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Yep.
Did they still have the controls on Marco's ship, I would assume, probably?
Yeah. Oh, look at her hands.
They're all swollen, yeah. How do they create that effect, I wonder?
I don't know, it's crazy. There's a lot of makeup going on. It's good, too. This looks very unpleasant.
Is that a voice? Oh, it's an automated message. Okay.
Deep fake.
What?
Isn't that supposed to be her voice?
No, I don't think so. Is it?
There's no sign of the proto-molecule.
That would have been the play.
It was supposed to be like the lure for Holden? Okay.
What do you think is going to happen when he realizes he can't find her?
I don't know if that's an option for him.
Well, it is for me. Not going on a suicide mission just to save his girlfriend.
That's fair.
Now they're assets for each other. All it takes is for both of them to decide that he's like a liability to them. And like Monica's obviously got her own like goals here, so
she's with Holden because he's useful.
Yep.
They look like they were a faction. They were. Mata Kubilea. In the tribunal we held, they voted death for Marco.
Oh, so anybody who voted to execute Marco is now being retributed?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're scavengers. Marco kills those who defy him and we pick the bodies clean. Repressurizing.
Jeez.
Okay.
Is that her accepting it or her like being uncomfortable
this is the situation
with
we're in. Yeah. I don't think she accepts it.
She's not like, this is what we are now.
But they have this lady here, so.
I don't get why you don't just like kill her immediately.
She's got Marco has one of their people.
That's right.
Metako Belaya got the same offer to join the Free Navy as you did, as all factions did. They declined. Marco let them go in peace. And then they hijacked 2 skiffs out of Ceres, loyal to us.
Oh, really?
Oh,
is that what happened?
Yeah, great. Thanks for clearing that up for us. I'll just take your word for it.
We must feed and protect the belt.
You know, like
I
that
would
lady?
be very upset having her on board. Be on edge constantly.
This guy.
Yeah, oh man. And over your head much?
I would just be like, stop, don't. But like, they need to.
Yeah.
They need a leader to celebrate.
Yeah. And you have to project that everything is under control.
Yeah, the impulse, my impulse in this situation would totally be like, stop, don't applaud for me, but it's not for the leader person. It's for them to have a leader.
Watching,
We will not stop until Marco Anaros and all his associates have been hunted down and made to answer for the atrocities they've committed. These terrorists.
Yeah, I mean, when you're thrust into this job in this way, at least you know what your priority number 1 needs to be.
Right.
You know?
All the things that make us truly human have shone the brightest in our darkest hours.
That's a good line.
These are times. We will prevail. We must. This is the beginning of the reckoning. The first step towards justice, and this journey will not end until we are victorious. The future.
He's growing into the role during the speech. I like it.
Humanity demands it.
Nice job, man.
Yeah, not bad.
All right. I kind of want a lot more focus on this character now. Like, I'm really interested in the position he's in, and like, I don't know. I like this guy.
I wonder if he's gonna learn that being a warmonger is the best way to build like allegiance with the people that you're working with.
They saw the leader they needed to see.
Now we just have to make good on what I said.
You know who he should call? Anna from season 3.
Oh,
she's a good advisor.
Yeah, right. It's just interesting that the first priority they mentioned was killing Marcus.
Marco.
God, it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing. But there's also all this stuff you have to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
all the homeless people.
Exactly.
And all the people who are, suffering right now and injured and.
But the first speech you give needs to be about we're gonna get the son of a bitch who did this.
Right. I get
definitely the right first speech.
Have you heard of Winnipesaukee Island?
No.
It's in New Hampshire. Islands are private enclaves for wealthy people, vacation houses that are mostly empty, and each has a hangar with a suborbital shuttle.
That'll get us to Luna.
Cool.
Okay, well that's useful info.
Just a summer there. Jules Pierre Mao was my father.
Jules Pierre Mao. The insane.
Yes, that one.
Hard times all around, I guess. I'm not about to tuck tail and run just because some belter fuckstick throws a couple of rocks.
Rocks aren't your problem. Everything else down there is.
And I'm dealing with that.
How long do you think you and your crew can hold up here?
We're having this conversation on a roof.
Yeah.
I figured this was just the churn again, but it's gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
So are you in?
Yeah, right.
We cannot depend on the Martians. Their intelligence is compromised until we definitively know who supplied Inaros with these warships.
Yeah, that's a good point. He's got Martian ships.
Our OPA allies understand that Medina Station is critical to the economic fortune of the belt.
What if they provoke us?
We enter the ring and railgun Medina Station into scrap.
Okay, well.
How can we flush them out?
We cut them off at the knees.
Damn.
Not literally.
Yeah. Force and response strike packages. Aegea and Iapetus Station are good targets. The belters on both have traditionally been more radically inclined than most, but
This is what I was saying they were going to do. They are going to destroy much of the asteroid belt.
How many belters are on that station?
Between 9,000 and 13,000.
Can you give us an estimate of how many are actual Inaros loyalists?
We believe it's a high percentage, but it's a hard number to assess.
So the majority of casualties could still be innocent civilians. Like the millions and counting of ours that they...
Yeah, I was going to say, they started this,
But you don't kill a bunch of civilians in exchange for killing a bunch of civilians. At some point, people
I
aren't
understand.
involved.
I'm not, but...
Yeah, I understand too. It's hard to...
What's the current state of our relief efforts outside Philadelphia?
Our operations centers in Pittsburgh and Syracuse are both reporting significant uptakes.
She still doesn't know the status of her family.
Yeah.
Or she just doesn't know Arjun, I think. Like, her daughter's safe, right? Yeah, it is supposed to be Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Looks like they started the message and then broke all the equipment so she couldn't stop and no one could stop it.
Yeah.
So funny thing, they will actually find her by finding her ship, which the whole idea was that she wasn't going to be there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And she can't send out any messages, I don't think. It's just
probably when they dock with the ship, it's supposed to blow up.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Here you go. Oh yeah, she probably just can't even hold on to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably hard to lift anyway, and then she's in bad shape.
Make a loop and step in the loop.
Yeah, there's an idea.
Yep.
Oh, they're trying to hook it. Oh, that hurt my side just watching her do that. It does sound like her voice, but it really doesn't sound like the way she talks.
No.
You know, like this.
That's why I think it's just, well, it's a deep fake.
Right.
It's a bad one. But not bad enough that I don't think a desperate James Holden wouldn't be like, I'm going there now.
Mm-hmm. You just fried her connector?
I don't know why. So just take a beat. Just take a beat.
They're going to come here and they're going to blow up.
Yeah, but if she breaks all her equipment and messes her hands up, it's not gonna help anyway.
Right,
you know,
but you can understand her thought of there's no time to waste.
I guess she has no way of knowing whether they're on their way or what.
Exactly, yeah. She doesn't know how much time she has. And she knows if they get here when everything's like this, we're all gonna die. No. Going back outside. Hard vacuum.
No.
What is the plan exactly?
Why is she doing this?
She's got a plan of some kind.
The only thing I can think of is that this is a
snake?
No, a suicide mission. Because like if she's outside and clearly dead when they get there, that's if she can't contact them and the moment they dock, the ship blows. The only way is for her to be outside. And she's got no oxygen.
Yeah, and it just said something about the CO2 level as well. Like I think her exhaling is now a problem. How does she know what to do?
Don't you know she's a bomb expert?
Oh. So it's just a hold your breath suit, huh? I mean, I guess she was still breathing, just like the oxygen that was in there.
Yeah. Oh, she needed the wire?
Oh, yeah, because of the fried connector that she had. She needed something else to connect things with.
It was very, very wrong in my assessment.
Yeah, she's not just going to kill herself.
No.
An automated distress call in my voice is being broadcast from this ship. It is a lie. A simulation to lure the Rocinante into a trap.
Well, this is a smart move, I guess.
I don't know what channel this is on. Even if it's working. But if you hear this, please respond.
Oh, jeez.
But do not, I repeat, do not approach this ship.
That was really good acting of the desperation and despair coming through when she's trying to keep it together.
Yeah.
Like, that was... Whew.
Why are you being like this?
Like what?
We made the decision together. It was the right one.
What, to join the Free Navy?
Why are you... If we had said no to Marco, someone else would be salvaging this ship and looking at our dead bodies.
That's probably true.
We are still together. We will get through this.
Better alive and evil than good and dead.
Yeah, right. Well, as long as you're alive, it gives you possible opportunities to do something. But being dead, you can't really do nothing about nothing.
Clarissa Mao doesn't get to try and do something, according to you, right?
Yeah, no. That's different. No one was making her do jack shit. She could have just stayed a rich nepotist for the rest of her life.
Fair enough.
If I was on that ship, every day I'd be looking over my shoulder.
Yeah, no kidding.
Problem. You keep looking back and not looking at the things you can't control.
Leave her alone.
I'm just trying to help her.
Shutting up would be a good start.
Don't talk to him like that. I will.
Oh, we're bickering.
It's okay. I know you didn't mean to be cruel.
Joseph, you fill up my bottle too.
Yeah, it's fine. See? It's all okay.
It's not okay.
Jesus, what's good? This is...
Jesus.
This is a powder keg.
That's your mess. You clean it up.
Yeah, that's not good.
Spilling on a spaceship is bad.
It'd be a very funny shot to see without the CGI.
Yeah. Oh, but it broke the tension.
There
Everybody
you go.
drank the bubbles.
Surface tension.
Ah! Hey!
Yeah, everyone just chill out. There we go.
Well, that's a relief of an ending to that scene. I was worried there was going to be like a brawl or somebody would, something bad would happen.
If we don't find Naomi soon, we're gonna need to make a pit stop and resupply at Hygeia.
Hygeia was one of the targets they were discussing, wasn't it? what? Oh no.
We just got a message from the Razorback.
What did Bobby see?
We just picked up an automated distress call on one of the emergency channels. It's Naomi.
Oh.
We found her.
This is Naomi, the god of the Rosenate. If you get this message, please retransmit. Tell James Holden I'm in distress. Comment's not responding. I have no nav control. Please retransmit.
Come on, man. He's gotta know that the cadence of it on the phrase. It's a trap. He's gotta know.
Tell James Holden I'm in distress. Just be like, what is happening? Better go check it out ASAP.
Speak your mind.
I think we should blow up Palace Station.
Oh?
Show Inaros and the rest of the belt that they shouldn't have fucked with us.
That's where they come from, right?
We need a response. The casualties will be substantial.
Not compared to ours. Inaros deliberately targeted our citizens. Now he's using his own people as human shields. Their blood is on his hands, not yours.
We're all gonna have blood on our hands before this is over.
Well, if it's more theirs, I'll take it.
This is just how war goes,
right.
Unfortunately.
But what about radicalizing everyone connected to everybody you kill, you know?
Yep. Something about getting attacked majorly and then retaliating by carpet bombing. Like, you know, it just, radicalizes people. Kind of makes them go like, maybe Marco was right to do this.
I predicted this response earlier because of the power imbalance between the two of them. The belt isn't really positioned to deliver a lot more strikes, and the Earth could just destroy them.
Yep.
Oh, the Razorback's coming.
No, I don't like this. She just destroy her improvised. I guess maybe it was a one-time use sort of thing. It has to be using the power from the helmet.
Or something, yeah. I mean, there's some belter ingenuity rigging that up.
Tell James Holden I'm in distress. Comment's not responding. I have no nav control. Please retransmit.
What are you memorizing it for?
Please retransmit. Tell James Holden I'm in distress. Comment's not responding. I have no nav control. Please retransmit. This is Naomi, the god of the Rosenate.
I love how detailed the set design on the show is. Things like that, you know?
It's on point.
You're gonna carve a message into the wall? What's the plan here? How do you stop them from docking and just blowing it all up? Why does she have to keep saying the message?
I don't. I'm sure it will all become clear.
Yeah? Yeah, no shit.
You say it in your head instead of out loud, huh?
Right. What is this? So she's counting how many times she's going out there. Okay, why is this worth it? What is she doing? This is gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Marco suspect the Inas will be moving ships to shut down trade routes. We have orders to join the Serial Mal and Koto and engage any inner ship we encounter.
Oh, okay, so they're just starting the shooting war. Just gonna make this not easy at any point.
We picked up a distress call. We're from Naomi Nagata.
What's the situation?
Drummer's gonna know it's fake.
Yep.
DeWalt and Motang will remain here to continue the salvage.
You can't help her.
Watch me.
Naomi is not aboard that ship.
How would you know?
Because she's dead.
Does she really think that?
Was aboard.
You are lying.
I don't care if you believe me. The truth is Naomi Nagata was a traitor to the belt. And now she's dead.
For shame, Marina!
Yeah, Drummer was. She was gonna shoot her.
No threats, no hesitation.
No, she's so upset to think Naomi's dead.
Good thing she's not.
Oh, and to think also that she was on that ship I was just on and I didn't get her, you know. Oh, what's that? What was that for again? There's some significance to that booze.
Yeah, it was the...
Is that Ashford's?
Yeah, it was Ashford's booze. And she was gonna drink it when she found out that he was dead.
Yeah.
And then she decided not to.
Finally! Oh, no, still going. Why does she need to recite the message?
Comments not responded. I have no nerve control.
Go back. She's you forgetting to go back. Oh man.
Please retrust me.
No.
Yeah. No.
Mom is not responding.
And like if somebody shows up to rescue her, they will blow up and die, right?
Yep.
So like, can you go back? She's gonna faint. She's gonna pass out. The show made me gasp for air.
Jeez. So she stopped it.
Did she?
I think so.
You're making it hard on yourselves. Drama is captain. But only as long as she follows Marco's orders.
Oh no, can we not trust this lady now?
Naomi stopped believing in what we was fighting for.
She stopped believing
family.
that killing innocent people was okay.
Yeah. That's not really fighting.
No.
She turned her back on us and left.
She's just letting it spill too? Just drops in the air.
She's just
She only truly cared about
drunk.
herself.
Yeah. And full of sorrow. Despair, I would say.
Yeah.
What is it? The distress call just stopped. It wasn't supposed to.
So if she can do that, then they'll know something's wrong.
Could it be Naomi? It can't be. It's impossible.
It's impossible?
She's dead.
She jumped out of an airlock. I mean, like, yeah. They have every reason to believe she's dead. What?
Oh, boy.
What? That's an interesting place to stop. Well.
Jeez.
What'd you think of that episode, Nate?
The Naomi stuff was intense.
Yeah, it was
it's just suffering and just horribleness.
Yeah, I mean that's what we anticipated, but I didn't even realize that she was going to have to put herself through more.
That's what I was
physical
thinking.
trials. Yeah,
it's like the just recovering from the being out in space thing seemed like enough to like. It's like, oh no, okay, now there's a bomb, and you got to go through a bunch of physically strenuous stuff.
Words are hard.
Yeah, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just brutal, man. That's like almost the thing that stuck with me most about the whole episode we just watched. Like, I know Amos and Clarissa like made it to
they met up
Amos's
with
old buddy's house.
His buddy, and they're all gonna go to the rich houses to get a spaceship.
Get a spaceship and get out,
Makes sense, I suppose.
Uh-huh.
And then we found, so Zemea blew itself up, and they don't understand, like, why, right? So we didn't really even get more information on what happened there.
They were following it because it had the sample on it, right?
Yeah, they had the protomolecule.
So the whole, like, do not surrender,
don't let it fall into enemy hands,
under any, but
it's the only one though, right?
Yeah, as far as we know, that's the last bit of protomolecule, I think.
Yeah,
right?
But that can't be how it's just gone for good.
No,
I
there's
got to be something else. So I don't know.
I think our old pal Weirdbeard is gonna have to come back.
That's right. They mentioned him a couple times.
That is the loose thread in all of this.
Cortazar was kidnapped at the same time this all happened. They said so.
It is kind of funny that they planted the whole like, oh, there's still a little bit of it out there, and then now it's just gone. Like it just exploded with that ship, and that's allegedly kind of it at that point.
So we speculated earlier too about, because of Cortazar's involvement and everything too, we wondered about Dawes, I think. Did you see people talk in the comments about that? I guess we were talking over it to each other, but there was a line of dialogue that Dawes is dead. They killed him like they killed Fred. So, like, Marco is the only Belter leader left. Like,
oh god,
it didn't have Jared Harris to depict that, but in killing Fred, they also killed Anderson Dawes around the same time. So, like, he's not going to be involved.
Well, that would have been my assumption anyway. If I didn't catch that, it's like, well, okay, so he must have been kind of killed within all of this,
right?
Too,
I mean, his absence is too big of a hole unless you have an explanation like that where he's dead. You know. So.
Well, thanks for clearing that up for us.
I mean, I think they did. It's not as though it's a spoiler. Like, I think we were supposed to hear that, but we were wondering about other stuff.
Sometimes we miss stuff because we're discussing. Because it's a reaction channel.
We're reacting.
We miss something. That's helpful.
We have to balance show footage and commentary, or they strike us down.
And some channels will stop it and then talk about the scene they just watched and then start it up again. I don't like
that. That makes editing so much more complicated.
It just breaks everything up and just makes
it does. Yeah,
it's unnatural.
Right.
We prefer to talk through our content. Damn it.
Exactly. When I'm watching TV with just like a buddy regularly, I don't like pause every time I want to say something. I just have a thought.
Just say it.
I don't know. We're getting on. We're meta commenting now. We're commenting on our reaction channel
to nobody. But
what else happened?
So we have the sort of military planning on what their reaction is going to be. And we have made a lot of sort of comparisons in the past to, like, the Earth being attacked as being sort of... We can see, like, real-world events.
The 9/11 comparison is the big one, obviously. And I think the power imbalance works there, too.
Yeah, where it's like it was a big sort of thing that happened, and a lot of people died. It was super like tragic for our country, but then people have different opinions about how we reacted to it, but we did maybe overcorrection. Maybe we created more extremists due to the coldness and the just kind of like
it seems like all the knock-on consequences of our reaction to it were not fully considered when we reacted to something like that. And it seems like a similar mindset takes hold in people in a situation like this one. But I also, that comparison was part of what was compelling me to say about his speech. Okay, well, this is the right speech. You have to talk about you're going to go get them. Because definitely after 9/11, I think... no matter who the president had been at that time, we're invading Afghanistan would have been the first step. If Ralph Nader had been president in 2001, he would have invaded Afghanistan. It's like anybody would do that in response to this attack. And part of it is because it's it's an attack that's so many more orders of magnitude powerful than we thought they were capable of doing. It's such a bigger strike than we even think we're vulnerable to. I think, I don't think that the parallels are accidental. I think it's supposed to be a similar kind of situation, but on a global scale.
Totally. But there's just the mix of the fact that we know who is responsible for this, and it's a small group of extreme people, but they're kind of mixed in with all the other people, so they're kind of just going to be collateral damage. And
this small
the
group of
drones are going to
extremists
hit what they're going to hit. And
exactly.
We'll say oopsie, but it's like that really doesn't fly.
And the mindset of the military brass discussing it too is like, yes, this small group of extremists attacked us, but all these people we're going to kill kind of think he was right, so it's okay to kill. Their opinion on this attack makes them worthy targets in the minds of those people. It's like, because we feel like most of them are probably sympathetic to him, we'll just wipe them out. And I get why they're thinking that. I'm not saying it's not the right thing to do. But I understand when you've been so humiliated like that in terms of the power dynamics and stuff, how they're, I don't know.
No, you're totally right. I mean,
I'm not trying to make excuses. I don't want people to think that I'm trying to justify killing innocent civilians.
No,
I don't think that's right yet.
I think we're looking at this from the position of a military and a superpower within their the world structure and like the real world events that we're talking about, or like their interplanetary structure, and being sort of like, nobody hits us like this. No one is allowed to do this to us, because otherwise we must return fire by pretty much wiping out everything.
Why did we build up this overwhelming force and the capabilities to annihilate them all if we're not going to deploy it when this happens?
If they could just do that, then we got to show them what we can do. And I just know deep in my heart that never actually gets the positive results.
But it also feels like it's pretty unavoidable that they're going to do some devastating attack. Like, they're not going to avoid that path, I don't think.
There's no way to
they blew up one of the moons of Mars just for like posturing at them, pretty much. No, I guess Mars did. When did the nuke come to South America? I can't remember which hit which, but
I feel like that was a response to, but it was again a little bit of a. It's all bad, but it was a little bit of an overcorrection. Again, you just like how many devastating nuke attack, but then also you destroyed their moon.
Yeah, the symbolism of that is so threatening.
Yeah, it's so brutal. And you're just never gonna, especially, when you have different factions sort of all spread out in these different areas, and then you have like kind of a main hub, and your plan seems to be like, let's destroy the main hub, and there's probably children there's probably completely innocent people there, and it's like, you want to radicalize the rest of these like little splintered off factions who maybe couldn't really give like one way or another about any of this. All of a sudden you're going to be like, okay, well, they just killed a bunch of innocent families and women and children, and maybe some people that they were targeting, but it also is hard because it's space and it's big. There's not really there's not a sniper rifle you can shoot.
No,
that's going to hit.
They'll see you coming if you try to send people in to do this more strategically. You can't sneak up on them. You can't.
Just gotta blow up the whole thing.
Exactly. And Belters, it's like ingrained in their cultural DNA already that the Earthers destroy their system. I mean, Anderson Station being the thing I think of, where it's like, this is a big cultural thing for them already, so it will... the radicalization will definitely happen, but I also feel like it's sort of already... They kind of already expect that from Ayers, It's sort of how they already feel like they're treated, so I don't know.
There is one thing, though, about the speech thing that you were talking about that I think is interesting. Like, right after 9/11... when Bush gave that speech, I think you're right that there's elements of that were the right thing to say. We can't just be like, oh, well, like, bygones are bygones. You have to be like, we're going to get these motherfuckers. But the thing that was sort of missing from all that, if I remember correctly, and I was young, and all of this has been a long time, I haven't watched the speech in a long time, but I remember hearing about sort of people's reaction to it on the world stage and just being like, there was no, like... we need to find a way to prevent this type of thing we need to find a way to get along, or like we need to be able to rebuild as a country, or like this can bring the world together against these type of, or like, like these were our families and we don't want to kill their families in retaliation, and like, like any sort of like appealing to the humanity, because you could probably get a lot of Belters on the side of just being like, well, I'm not a big fan of the Earthers, but that was fucked up, man.
Yeah, just talk about the people that died, what people were doing when they looked up and saw the meteor hit and stuff like that, and they were just people living their lives. But I think we saw, like, with when Bobby was on Earth in season 2 and like actually talked to people from Earth for the first time, people from outside Earth really don't see Earthers as fully human beings, I think they see them as just this different type of coddled creature that doesn't have to work to survive and doesn't have to live in danger, gets open sky and horizons and stuff, like they're resented for that, right? So I think it's hard to make Belters sympathetic to them, because they feel it's the way. It's so hard to get working class people to be sympathetic to like a super rich kid who gets themselves into hot water, no matter how. The individual person can be whoever they are, but people will just be like, okay, well, this person categorically is not able to have problems because of the level of resources they have access to,
Or maybe, like, if the wealthiest, most powerful, like, most consumerist country in the world gets attacked, it might be more difficult to garner sympathy from places that don't have that same level of...
But I think there was a lot of sympathy for the USA right after 9/11, like other countries were all very... And then we squandered it, I believe is what happened. But initially after the attacks, there was a big rallying around.
That's true.
Support the United States.
It was kind of like, you gotta help us murder these guys. It's like, no, we're talking about like humanitarian here, man.
Well, I remember my parents, I think... went on a vacation in Europe in like November of 2001.
Whoa.
And if I remember right, they talked about constantly being like given, like, I don't even know what the word for it is, but like people would, express to them, oh, you're Americans? Oh, well, we're standing behind you at this time and stuff like that. There'd be like they talked about getting that sort of a mentality from people right afterwards, so I don't know. We're talking about real world events kind of a lot instead of the show, but the parallels are undeniable.
It's hard not to, like, you gotta, when you're watching a situation like this, you have to think to yourself, like, okay, how can I, well, because this is all just spaceship gobbledygook, but you have to, like, be able to relate it to something that you can, like, understand in your real world and just be like, this is kind of like this.
Yeah, definitely.
This is how I reacted to this, or this is how we reacted, and this is what was wrong with it. And I think they're doing that on purpose. They're making us think about 9/11 on purpose.
You put dots in my head! I don't know. Is that it for this week, or is there more elements to unpack?
I just really hope that Amos and Clarissa storyline kicks off here at some point. Cause
I hope nobody blows themselves up at that ship. Like the Razorback, or it's called the Screaming Firehawk now, isn't it? But nobody knows yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're on their way there, and that's a big old bomb. So
yeah, that sure is.
But now the distress call, maybe they'll notice the distress calls skipping
distress call. We definitely shouldn't go. We were going, but now this distress call is skipping. We shouldn't go anymore.
Distress calls are the whole source of the problem in this whole show. Remember, like the Canterbury way back when? It was all the stupid distress call.
I understand why initially they were like, don't answer it.
Yeah.
It's like, even
that's
if they
expensive.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's about it for this week, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching with us, everybody. We love the Expanse discussions down in the comments. You guys are the greatest for all the commenting. So, thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
This is Catch Up Packets. Goodbye.